السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
There is in نظام الاقتصاد في الإسلام for المصلح الموعود رحمه الله. He says in page 115, I will read in Arabic then I say in English. إلى متى يمكن إبقاء الروس في المخازن المثلجة وسينقض هذا الجدار في يوم من الأيام وسترى الدنيا يومئذ تطورا عظيما. He said that a wall will fall down. Till what time the Russia put the people in a stores frigidaire?
One?
In a stores, frigidaire stores.
Right,
Yeah.
yes.
When the wall come down, many things will happen in the world, big things. And we saw, everyone knows about the wall of Berlin when fell down. This is a wall of Madda.
Right.
But there is another wall in Quran Kareem. حتى إذا أتيا أهل قرية استطعما أهلها فأبوا أن يضيفوهما فوجدا فيها جدارا يريد أن ينقض فأقامه قال لو شئت لاتخذت عليه أجرا. This wall is religion wall that by Al-Masih Wasalam Dhul Qarnayn, he will build it again. That wall fell down and this wall will he build it again. And he say, when he translate to Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam, he says this al-jdaru, there is a kanz tahtahu, like a kanz mal under this jidar, and there is ghulamaini yatimaini, two child is yatim, and we want when she become big, and we give him this kanz. I feel that this yatimaini is Shia and Sunnah in Russia, because now they are yatim. They don't know how to use wudu. They don't know how to pray. Because long time, 70 years, no read Quran Kareem and no teach anything. And outside Russia, Sunnah and Shia, impossible to become friendly after Iraq war and Iran and the Gulf war. But they are yatim. We know the yatim become friendly quickly. The Shia and Sunnah in Russia. And this will build, inshallah, by
Yes, I understand your point of view.
This I feel.
But please tell me, those Shias and Sunnis who are outside Russia, are they not orphans?
Because there is many difference.
Who is an orphan? Spiritually and metaphorically speaking, an orphan is the one who has lost his parents, who loses direction, who loses guidance. There is nobody to look after him and guide him at the time of need, at the time of confusion. Nobody tells him which is the right path. So those who reject the guided one from Allah, they always become orphans.
Yes, they will become friendly.
All those Muslims and others who have rejected the guided person from Allah, the Mahdi, must be understood as orphans. This happens every time God sends some reformer. That means he takes the leadership and abuwat in his own hand. And when God creates a father figure for the unguided people, then those who do not accept that father figure are orphans. So I don't see Sunnis and Shias living in Russia as greater orphans than the ones living outside Russia. They are in fact holding a more advantageous position than the people outside. The people outside have rejected, knowing full well that the truth is not with them. They are misguided, they are disunited, there is no sign of the true ummah of Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam among them. Al-mu'minuna ikhwa, and they are not ikhwa. Tarahum, I'll tell you, Tasubuhum jamiyam wa qulubuhum shatta is applicable to them as well, which is a verse which was applicable to the non-believers. Is that not correct? When you begin to say Shia Sunni are divided, then qulubuhum shatta immediately applies on both Shias and Sunnis. And when you further go into the minor deviance within Shias and within Sunnis, major deviance but comparatively minor, then you again begin to see that they are further divided. Then when you consider what is happening within Wahhabism and within Brahmanism and this and that, all ulama belong to the same sect are also divided. You know, they build their own, as we say in Urdu, 1.5 brick mosque. Each mullah of a mosque is also divided from the other mullah of the mosque belonging to the same sect. Because unity can only be rehabilitated in religion when God sends a reformer and all get united around him and accept his word to be the right word. Then through Khilafat this unity is continued. So this is exactly true. There is no exaggeration that the world of Islam, which is outside the blessing of Khilafat, is like Yatama. That means we should take more pity on them. We should take greater care for them, because this is what the Holy Quran teaches us and repeatedly tells us that be careful, be mindful of your Yatama. Don't leave them alone, because they have unfortunately accepted this state of being orphans for themselves, of course, but still you must always be mindful of them, you should pity them, you should take all measures possible to improve their lot and should not leave them as abandoned. So that is why, despite what I say, I have a deep feeling for all the Muslims who have rejected Hazrat Masih Maud and I pity them in the same spirit as Hazrat Masih Maud himself did. And there the tafsir or the explanation of Yatama has been made at its highest. He says, "Ay dil to neez khatare ina nigahdar, kakhar kunand, dawa hubbe poyambaram." O my heart, please have regard for this fact as well. Do have regard for this, that they claim to love the same holy prophet whom I love so much. Claim to love is the dividing line. So they used to belong to the same father, spiritual father, to whom I belong now. But unfortunately they have lost. So for that they deserve greater pity from me rather than hatred or remoteness from them. So all are Yatama. I don't see any difference.
But especially in Russia. Because I feel one man came here.
I think they are less Yatama than more.
Yeah.
Because they are in a better frame of mind to accept Ahmadiyyat. They are not crooked. They don't, become mulish in their attitude to Mr. Islam's claims. They are not adamant on their follies. Whenever I discuss things with them, whoever has so far come to me, without fail I have always found the response to be logical, sensible, understandable. I tell them, this is their view, this is our view, what do you think? So obviously this is the view, this is the right view. There can't be any other view, that sort of thing. So you may continue to believe them to be more yatama, I believe them to be less yatama.
Yeah, and one time I was in Bulgaria, passed in my car. One worker, many Turkish there, Muslims, and they work in the streets. One man came to me when I parked. He asked me about Quran Kareem. You have Quran Kareem?
Yes.
I said, I have small one. I give it to him. All the workers, about 20, 50, leave job and they came to see Quran Kareem. And I afraid from police. I ran away. They want to give me money. I said, no, this is for you. Hadiya.
But now we are doing it openly there in Bulgaria.
This yatím, we have Quran Kareem.
What I'm telling you is, now those yatama have now turned into something completely different.
Yeah.
Nowadays our delegation is in Bulgaria, taking part in an exhibition of Ahmadiyya literature, translation of the Quran, etc. And the first reports which I have received are more encouraging than I could ever expect. The entire attention of the intelligentsia is now focused on this exhibition. The librarian who is in charge of the exhibition first had fixed the period to be just 1 week. Now after seeing it, the very first day himself, he was so impressed that he said, this must continue for at least 2 weeks. And the Muslim leader Ridwan, who is the member of parliament and leader of a party, he expressed his view, or another professor, I don't know which, but one of the two very important people, that you don't know, it is a very great thing for him to have done. Because all the days of the year are previously booked. So he must have scratched some other programs and gone through a lot of trouble in extending the period from 1 week to 2 weeks. Then he said that all members of parliaments must be invited to this exhibition. Then he said all intelligentsia must be invited. So he published an open invitation and distributed far and wide for the people to come and benefit from this. And the interest created among the people who come and visit this is immense. They are already booking orders for books and this and that. So this is why I said, apparently they are more yatama, but potentially they are much less yatama. They are looking for a father and they are ready to accept it. Others think they don't need anything. They don't need any guidance. But this father figure question also may be misleading. Actually, Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam has been described in the Holy Quran not as a father but as more than a father. This I must explain to you now, because Khatam al-Nabiyyin is a term which is not expressive of his being a father. Prophets are father, and he is the father of all prophets. So his relationship to all the ummas is more than that of a father. He is father to all prophets. You understand this point? So being Khatam, people having left his spiritual son, is truly the state of being orphan. Hazrat Masih should be taken to be understood as the spiritual son of the father of all prophets. And those who reject him, they impose on themselves a state of orphanage from which unfortunately they can't be led out because of their obstinacy. Right? Still you can have the right to understand them to be greater orphans. I don't have any objection against that, as far as you believe that.